Okay. The next thing is our WIP, and if you notice, we had WIP up in the general under projects. We actually had just these three areas here under projects, and we'll go over that one more time real quickly. But we also have maximum percent complete on WIP. So what happens, or what can happen, depending on how good your systems are that you put in place, there's a possibility in which you could be more than 100% complete on an item. Meaning, let's say you make it very simple. One project, you have one subcontract, and it's for $1,000, and that subcontractor submits a invoice to you for $1,010 because there was some minor little $10 change that never got into a change order or anything. And your AP person can put in that thing, and yes, it warns them and say, there's not enough money here, but you go ahead and override that and say, yes, I'm still going to pay that $1,010. Now, if that was the only thing on it, on your expense side of that project, your commitment was $1,000, but your invoice, what was actually expensed, was $1,010. So it's going to show 1% over complete. You're going to be 101% complete rather than 100% complete. Now, you have to decide if that's what you want. Some of our clients actually do that because that's a flag for them that, hey, something's wrong. They look at their WIP and say, we need to clean up these projects because the percentages aren't correct. Someone didn't do their job. Maybe they didn't do a prime contract change order, but yet they billed for it already. Or they didn't do a subcontract change order, but yet they've invoiced it already. So you could, by leaving this blank, those odd percentages are going to show up, and that's going to be a red flag that says, hey, what's wrong here. However, there could be a business process reason because you're going through and you know that no one's doing the POs like they're supposed to be doing, and you just want to force the issue of where expenses can never go over 100%, or billings can never be higher than 100%, or no one can ever type in the observed field for percent complete more than 100%. So this allows you to do that, and obviously you just click in there and type in 1 for 100%, and that's what it would be. My preference is to leave that blank so that you get to see if there are any issues. These other ones are what we've talked about before for your sale, your billings, and your invoices. Do you want those real times or based on a post date? That's usually a management versus accounting decision. Management people always want to see it in real time. Accounting people want to see it per post date so they can compare it to their trial balance. So and you can flip-flop this back and forth all the time. Direct costs, either your total of your commitments or your budget less your fees. Now that goes into where you have those setups here. This bonding, builder, and insurance, those are the fees. So when you set up these cost codes and you turn on this WIP here and say budget less fees, it's going to take your total budget, and then it's going to look at what cost codes are your fees, and it's going to take that money out of your budget. And then that's going to be your value that represents your direct costs. And then again, if you want your company, your WIP company specific or not, we've talked about that before. If you're in a multi-company scenario but you share job numbers, you definitely want to know which way you want to do that. If you always have unique job numbers for each company, then this is kind of irrelevant. There only will be one company within that job number. Unfortunately, I am showing inventory here. That is, we do not have that fully working here, and I thought I'd remove that from our menu. Actually, most likely in your versions you don't have that. All right, those are some of the accounting setups that we have.